Let me ask you something. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Maybe it's that workout plan, that side project, or even something as simple as reading a book. You set the intention, you know it's important. But somehow, tomorrow never comes. And the worst part? You know exactly what's happening. You're not lazy, you're not incapable, but something inside you keeps delaying action. And with each delay, frustration grows. You start to doubt yourself, wondering if you'll ever break free from this cycle of procrastination. But what if I told you, it's not your fault? There's a reason why you procrastinate, and it's not because you lack willpower. It's because your brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. It craves short-term pleasure over long-term success. That's why it's so much easier to scroll through social media than to start that difficult project. Your brain isn't working against you. It's simply following a pattern it's used to. But here's the good news. Just as your brain can be trained to procrastinate, it can also be trained to take action. The secret lies in understanding how habits work and using proven psychological techniques to rewire your behavior. This isn't just about productivity. It's about self-respect. Because every time you procrastinate, you're breaking a promise to yourself. And every time you take action, no matter how small, you're building trust in your own ability to follow through. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why procrastination happens and, more importantly, how to break free from it for good. You'll learn the same methods that high achievers use to stay consistent, build powerful habits, and accomplish more than they ever thought possible. So if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever wondered why it's so hard to start, stick with me, because today you're going to learn how to take control of your actions and your future. Let's begin. Understanding procrastination. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy or undisciplined. It's much deeper than that. In fact, it's a battle happening inside your brain, a constant struggle between two forces, short-term pleasure and long-term success. Think about it. You sit down to work on something important, but suddenly you feel the strong urge to check your phone. Or maybe you remember that you should tidy up your desk first. Or you convince yourself that you need more time to mentally prepare before you begin. Sounds familiar? That's because your brain is wired to seek comfort. The part of your brain responsible for this is called the limbic system, which is designed to keep you safe and comfortable. It craves instant gratification, and it sees hard work as a potential threat because it requires effort, uncertainty, and sometimes discomfort. On the other hand, there's another part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, that controls rational thinking, planning, and decision-making. This is the part of you that knows you need to work out, study, or build better habits. But the problem is, the limbic system is stronger and acts faster. That's why, even when you know what you should be doing, your emotions often override logic. This is why procrastination isn't just a bad habit. It's an emotional reaction. It's your brain trying to protect you from discomfort. And the more you give in to procrastination, the stronger that pattern becomes. But here's the key. Procrastination is not a personality trait. It's a learned behavior. And just like it was learned, it can be unlearned. Once you understand this, you stop seeing procrastination as a personal weakness and start seeing it as something you have control over. So the real question is, how do you take control? How do you retrain your brain to take action instead of delaying it? That's exactly what we're going to explore next. Real-life examples of overcoming procrastination. Let's talk about real people who've battled procrastination and won. Because here's the truth. Even the most successful individuals struggle with delaying tasks. The difference? They've learned how to break the cycle. Take Elon Musk, for example. You might see him as a billionaire genius who never wastes a second. But in reality, he's admitted to struggling with overwhelming workloads and distractions. His solution? Time blocking. Instead of letting his day control him, he controls his day. breaking it into 5-minute blocks, assigning each block a specific task. This forces him to stay on track and eliminates the mental debate of, what should I do next? Now, let's look at someone in a completely different field, J.K. Rowling. Before becoming the world-famous author of Harry Potter, she was a single mother living on welfare, constantly procrastinating on finishing her book. What changed? She gave herself no escape. Instead of writing at home, where distractions were endless, she forced herself to sit in a quiet cafe with nothing but her notebook and a cup of coffee. The result? She finished one of the best-selling books of all time. And then there's David Goggins, the former Navy SEAL who transformed himself from an overweight, unmotivated man into one of the world's toughest endurance athletes. His secret? The accountability mirror. Every night, he looked in the mirror and told himself brutal truths about his failures. But instead of feeling ashamed, he used them as motivation. He wrote down the habits he needed to change and committed to improving every single day, no excuses. Now, you might be thinking, but these are exceptional people. The truth is, they weren't always exceptional. They simply found strategies that forced them to take action. And you can do the same. So the next time you catch yourself procrastinating, ask, what small change can I make today to push forward? Even just a little? In the next part, we'll go deeper. I'll show you proven psychological techniques to help you stop procrastinating and start building powerful habits. Practical psychological strategies to beat procrastination. So, we've seen real people overcome procrastination. But how do you do it? How do you stop pushing things off and start taking action today? The answer lies in proven psychological strategies, techniques that work because they target how your brain actually operates. 1. The 5-second rule: beat your brain's resistance. Ever had that moment where you know you should start working, but your brain fights back? That's because your mind is wired to resist discomfort. Mel Robbins' 5-second rule helps override that. The rule is simple. When you feel hesitation creeping in, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move. Why does this work? Because it interrupts your brain's automatic resistance. Instead of overthinking, you act before doubt takes over. The next time you need to get up and work, don't wait. Count down and move. 2. The 2-minute rule: trick yourself into starting. One of the biggest reasons we procrastinate, we think tasks are bigger than they actually are. So instead of saying, I'll study for 2 hours, say, I'll study for just 2 minutes. This is called the 2-minute rule, and it's based on momentum. Once you start something small, it's easier to keep going. You trick your brain into starting, and once you're in motion, stopping feels unnatural. 3. The dopamine hack: make work rewarding. Procrastination isn't just about laziness. It's often because the wrong things trigger your brain's dopamine rewards. Social media, instant dopamine. Video games, instant dopamine. Studying, no instant dopamine. So how do you fix this? Attach rewards to productive actions. Studied for 30 minutes? Take a short walk. Completed a task? Drink your favorite coffee. Wrote 500 words? Watch a short video. Over time, your brain learns that working hard leads to rewards, and suddenly, taking action feels natural. 4. Habit stacking: tie new habits to old ones. If you want to build a habit, the best way is to attach it to something you already do. This is called habit stacking, and it works because your brain is already wired to follow routines. Want to journal every morning? Do it right after brushing your teeth. Need to exercise? Put on your workout clothes immediately after waking up. Have trouble reading? Open a book right before your first sip of coffee. When new habits piggyback on old ones, they become automatic without the mental struggle. 5. Identity shifting: become the person who doesn't procrastinate. At the core of procrastination is how you see yourself. If you say, I'm lazy, your actions will follow. But if you say, I'm the kind of person who gets things done, your actions shift. Here's the trick. Act like the person you want to become. Want to be a focused student? Start behaving like one. Want to be disciplined? Make disciplined choices today. The more you align your identity with the habits you want, the easier it becomes to follow through. Final thought. Beating procrastination isn't about motivation. It's about hacking your brain to make action the easiest choice. In the next and final part, we'll wrap this up with practical tips to make these strategies stick for life. Stay tuned. Conclusion and final actionable tips. So now you have the tools. You know why procrastination happens, how to trick your brain into taking action, and how to build lasting habits. But knowing is not enough. You have to act. Let's be honest. Procrastination is sneaky. It doesn't just disappear overnight. Some days you'll feel energized and productive. Other days, the urge to delay will creep back in. And that's okay. What matters is that you don't let one bad day become a bad week or a bad life. 1. Start small. Stop waiting for a perfect time. There is never a perfect time to start. Never. The people who succeed are not the ones who feel ready. They're the ones who take action anyway. Want to get fit? Do one push-up right now. Need to start studying? Read one page. Struggling to wake up early? Get up 5 minutes earlier tomorrow. Action leads to momentum, and momentum makes success inevitable. 2. Track your progress. Keep yourself accountable. You won't know if you're improving unless you track it. Keep a simple checklist. Did I work on my goal today? Did I avoid distractions? 2. Did I push through discomfort? Even if you only score 70% on most days, that's still progress. And progress is all that matters. 3. Forgive yourself and keep moving. One of the biggest mistakes people make, beating themselves up for failing. Skipped a workout? Doesn't matter, show up tomorrow. Wasted an afternoon? Fix it now, don't wait for Monday. Procrastinated on a project? Start with just 5 minutes. Success is about consistency, not perfection. 4. Surround yourself with the right environment. If you're constantly around distractions, procrastination becomes too easy. Make it harder to waste time. Put your phone in another room while working. Delete apps that steal your focus. Work in a place where you feel productive. Your environment shapes your actions, so design it for success. Final message. Who do you want to be? Every day you make a choice. Are you going to be the person who waits or the person who acts? Because here's the truth. Your future self is being created right now. You don't need permission. You don't need to feel motivated. You just need to start. So what's it going to be? Procrastination or progress? The choice is yours.